If you're learning to code, then you definitely know that feeling. That feeling of being totally and completely stuck. Well, today we're going to talk about how an AI tool called Claude can pretty much make that feeling a thing of the past. It's all about helping you learn faster and, let's be honest, with a whole lot less frustration.
I mean, picture this, right? It's 2 in the morning, you're staring at a bug that just makes no sense, and there's nobody around to help. We've all been there. It's probably one of the biggest roadblocks for new coders. But what if you had an expert ready to go anytime, day or night?
Well, that's where Claude comes in. Think of it less like some sterile piece of software and more like a personal tutor. A really patient, super knowledgeable partner that's right there with you, ready to guide you, explain things, and just get you unstuck whenever you need it.
What you're looking at here are 2 totally different worlds. On the left, that's the classic struggle of coding all by yourself. You know, confusing errors, diving into endless forums, and just hitting a wall. But on the right, that's coding with Claude. We're talking instant explanations, helpful code snippets, and a clear path forward. It's a real game changer. Okay, so what do we actually mean when we say we're using Claude for code? Let's dive in and break down what this is all about.
At its heart, it really is this simple. You are not writing some complex command line stuff. Nope. You're just having a conversation. You use plain, everyday English to ask the AI to do coding tasks for you, whether that's writing a brand new function, hunting down an error, or just explaining what on earth a chunk of code is supposed to do.
And that brings us to maybe the most important skill you're going to need: writing a good prompt. This is how you talk to Claude. And trust me, getting this right is the key to unlocking its real power. Now, don't overthink it. Prompting is really just the art of the ask. It's all about being clear and specific with what you want. The better you can explain what you need, the better the result you're going to get back. Simple as that.
And look, a perfect prompt usually follows a super simple 3-step recipe. First, you just state your goal. What are you trying to do? Second, you give it some context, like, hey, I'm using Python. And third, you have to be really clear about the output you want to see.
Here is a perfect example of what I mean. See how we did that? We assigned a role, act as a Python expert, we stated the goal, explain what a dictionary is with a simple analogy, and we asked for a very specific output, provide a basic code example. It's clear, it's to the point, and it gets you exactly what you need.
All right, enough theory. Let's see how we can actually use this to solve some of those real-world problems that, every single beginner runs into.
First up, a huge time saver: generating boilerplate. You know what this is. It's that repetitive, structural code you have to write every single time you start a new file. Seriously, why type all that out when Claude can do it in like 2 seconds?
And boom, just look at this. With a simple little prompt asking for an HTML5 structure, you get the perfect boilerplate code, instantly. This means you can skip all that tedious setup and just jump right into the fun part, the creative part of your project.
Okay, next up is something that's incredibly valuable when you're learning. You find a piece of code online, or maybe you're looking at a friend's project and you have absolutely no idea what it does. Well, Claude can be your personal code translator.
So check this out. On the left, we've got this JavaScript function that looks pretty confusing, right? But then on the right, Claude just breaks it down into a simple step-by-step explanation. This is how you turn a moment of confusion into a powerful learning opportunity.
And now, for the big one, debugging. Ugh. Hunting for a missing comma or some little typo can literally take hours. This is where having an AI partner really shines.
So here, we've given Claude some buggy Python code. And notice what it does. It doesn't just provide the fix. Crucially, it explains why the original code was wrong. So it's not just solving your problem, it's teaching you how to avoid that same mistake in the future. That's the magic right there.
So, you've gotten the hang of the basics. Awesome. Now, let's go over just a few pro tips to help you get even better, even more accurate results when you're working with Claude. There are 4 key things to always keep in mind. 1. Be specific. 2. Don't be afraid to tweak and iterate on your prompts. 3. Tell Claude what role to play to get different styles of answers. And maybe the most important one, always verify the code. AIs can be amazing, but they can still misunderstand things or generate code that's slightly off. Think of it like a brilliant junior assistant. You're still the one in charge of that final product.
What we're talking about here is a fundamental shift. You're not coding alone in the dark anymore. You now have a partner that can speed up your learning, boost your productivity, and honestly just make coding way more fun.
So let's wrap this up by just zooming out and looking at what all of this means for the future.
and, more importantly, for your future as a developer.
Look, this is about more than just making your tasks a little easier. It's a fundamental shift in how we're going to build software. Learning to collaborate effectively with AI is quickly becoming a core skill. The best coders of tomorrow won't just be writing lines of code. They'll be directing AI to architect solutions. So the real question is, are you ready? Thanks for joining me for this one.